I'm Makana, and here we are in my home, near Kaimuki. The style of guitar that I grew up playing is called Hawaiian slack key guitar. We call it slack key because, first of all, the way of tuning it. We slack the keys or loosen the keys into a chord. And the reason for doing that is by tuning the guitar to a chord, it frees up the hand so I don't have to hold a chord anymore. It allows the player's hand to be free to alter the sound. It's also a way of playing where the player simulates a bass, rhythm, and melody simultaneously. So in essence, slack key guitar is simulating 2 or 3 guitars on a single guitar. And when you listen to it, it sounds like that. It sounds very symphonic. It's a music that conveys the essence of Hawaii. You could be sitting in a flat in New York or Tokyo or anywhere in the world and put on that Hawaiian song and it gives you a sense of place, a sense of feeling. Eventually in the 20th century, sometime around mid-century, the slack key guitar artists started to record. Of course, one of the most famous recordings is Gabi Pahinui singing Hi'ilave. As they began to record, as I mentioned before, the Hawaiian Renaissance came about of music and culture, and so this slack key guitar art form became adopted as a national folk art. And today, many of the masters have passed away, but the style is still alive, it's still thriving. Slack key guitar, when I was growing up learning it, was a very strict discipline. I was taught by the masters, and in order to learn it, there were certain things, certain disciplines that you had to acquire and master. So for me, playing Hawaiian music goes beyond just music. It goes into a realm of this eternal perpetuation of the pure essence of Hawaii. No matter what happens with the physical Hawaii, Hawaiian music always contains that spirit of Hawaii, and it's eternal. Yeah, it never changes, so it can always convey it no matter where you are or who you are. And that to me is magic.
There was a kind of a dichotomy in the ancient Hawaiian universe between the realm of people and the realm of the gods. The Wau Kanaka was the realm of people. Kanaka is a person in Hawaiian. And that was in the lowlands, next to the sea, next to your agricultural fields and your house. And the Wauakua, the realm of the gods, was in the uplands, where that which grew was not as a result of human effort. It was a result of a higher power. In ancient Hawaii, the protocols for entering native forests were pretty rigorous. You never went there really unless you had a really good reason to go there. One would leave the comfortable realm of people behind, enter into the realm of the gods essentially, and ask permission to enter. This would be accompanied by chant. So here we are up in the Ko'olau Mountains, which is the backdrop over Honolulu. And today we're going to be talking about Hawaiians and the natural world and the way that the natural world interweaves so tightly in Hawaiian culture. This is a koa tree. Koa is dominant, especially in the lowland mesic forest. Mesic is one of those words that means not too wet and not too dry. Koa loves those middle conditions. And this one's a fairly hefty one for the island of Oahu. It's those massive koa trees that form the hulls of the voyaging canoes. Koa is also the Hawaiian word for warrior. the fierceness and the steadfastness of a warrior is embodied in this tree. Just about every single native plant in the Hawaiian forest has a story about its use and its significance in Hawaiian culture. This is pukiave, and it's a native shrub. It's a heather, and it grows anywhere from low elevations like this all the way up to tree line at nearly 10,000 feet on the island of Hawaii. So it's a very versatile and hardy shrub. The wood of the pukiave is very flammable. In ancient times, and even to today, the ashes and the smoke of the pukiave are used to temporarily lower the status of high-ranking people. In ancient times, the Hawaiian chiefs would have what is called mana. It's called spiritual presence or power, and the pukiave was used to temporarily lower the mana of high chiefs in order for them to be able to interact with folks of different levels of spiritual power. We've run across one of the most famous trees in the Hawaiian flora. This is sandalwood. It was one of the first economic crops in Hawaii. One of the interesting things about Hawaiian plants is that they're usually full of pigments. This one might yield a really nice orange brown or yellowish brown dye. So I'm going to take some of these cuttings and see what I can make of it a little bit later. In Hawaiian thought, all of the plants and animals are the physical manifestations of thousands of gods and goddesses. This plant is called Naupaka kuahivi. Down at the shore, there's an ocean shrub with much larger, shiny leaves. That's called Naupaka kahakai. Kahakai means at the ocean side. So the Naupaka kahakai is the ocean equivalent, and Naupaka kuahivi is its counterpart here, way up in the uplands. In Hawaiian thought, the uplands are considered masculine and the ocean side is considered feminine. And so if you were going to ascribe a gender to this plant, Hawaiian tradition would say that this is the man and the woman would be the Naupaka kahakai down at the ocean. You can pick one of these flowers, rush down to the seaside, pick another flower from the ocean Naupaka, put them together and they'd be made whole again. Here we have pala'a. It's one of the favorites for lei making. For all its delicate features, if you pick the pala'a, it will maintain this fresh green look for days if you treat it right. The ohia lehua, which is the name of this tree, is named for its flower, the lehua. The lehua is the intensely red blossom of the ohia lehua tree. Ohia lehua is the dominant tree in Hawaiian wet forests. The blossoms are beautiful to look at, quite delicate though. This is the symbol of the volcano goddess Pele. And so if you're hiking in the forest, picking a lehua is actually a fairly dangerous thing to do. The ohia lehua is the main tree in Hawaiian wet forests, and so it's essential in our watersheds. Our watershed forests are why we have such high quality water in Hawaii. To either side of this trail are thick mats of uluhe fern. This is one of the most prolific kinds of native ferns that you'll find in Hawaii. It can form, a dense mat, a meter or even more in height. In Hawaiian thought, all of the plants and animals are the physical manifestations of thousands of gods and goddesses. There is a goddess Hina. Hina is the wife of Ku, god of war and governance. If you enter the forest with ill intent or with improper protocol, it's said to come and grow and surround you and you never leave the forest. Over here, we're literally just a few meters away from what was extremely rich and beautiful native forest. And we see the dark side of Hawaiian forest now. In an environment as benign as Hawaii, whenever you bring in a new species and it finds a niche that it likes, without its natural enemies in place, it can proliferate without control. It's a very sad thing, and it's one of the major threats to our native Hawaiian forests. I find myself, whenever I'm working in a remote area doing conservation biology, surrounded by the native plants and animals that I know had cultural uses by ancient Hawaiians and that still have powerful significance to me personally today. We're talking about an island system that had millions of years to evolve before the first people got here, the ancestors of Hawaiians. It stands on its own as a biological gem on the globe.
Welcome to Blue Hawaiian Helicopters, the only activity company in the world to receive the coveted Star Diamond Award. Only Blue is recommended and recognized year after year by the top experts in aviation and travel. Only Blue serves all 3 neighbor islands plus Oahu. And Only Blue has introduced to Oahu the ultimate in environmentally friendly air touring, the incredible new EcoStar.
Up until 2001, the finest touring helicopter available was the Airbus A-Star. But in recent years, the all-new Airbus EcoStar has set an entirely higher standard. This phenomenal machine is the first helicopter specifically designed to deliver the ultimate in air touring. Theater-style seating and more expansive glass provide better passenger visibility than any other helicopter. The EcoStar's 23% larger cabin is like first class as compared to coach. Blue Hawaiian's guests can communicate with their pilot with a push of a button with Bose noise-canceling headsets. And they can purchase a custom in-flight HD video of their tour right after their flight. Yet the driving force behind the EcoStar's design and why Blue Hawaiian was instrumental in its development was definitely ecological. All the latest cutting-edge technologies have been integrated into the EcoStar. As a result, this aircraft has been designated a quiet technology helicopter by the National Park Service because it has far less noise impact than other helicopters over Hawaii's pristine environment.
Discover Oahu aboard the world's most advanced touring helicopter. It's Oahu's EcoStar experience, and it's only from Blue Hawaiian.
Aloha, my name is Felicita Garrido. Today we're out here in Wailua. This aina here, our farm is called Namea Kupono, and you're here on the beautiful north shore of Oahu. This plant here is kalo, also called taro. It's an ancestral plant to the Hawaiian people. It is a plant that shows the connection of the origin of man. The legend goes that Wakea, Sky Father, had a child with his wife Ho'ohupukalani, and she was the daughter of Papa Earth Mother. But that firstborn child was stillborn. So they buried the child in the aina, in the ground, and from that child's grave, this plant, kalo, grew.
We're here, Wailua. We're going to harvest some kalo, some taro, wetland. So I'm just busting all the roots with my foot. We'll separate each individual plant. This is the makua, what we call the makua. This was what I planted last year. And then from this one plant, it had all of these children, keiki we call it, or oha. This is what we call kalo, or the corm, the taro. This is the ha, the stalk is the ha. And ha in Hawaiian also means breath of life, yeah? And this is the lau, the leaf. And this is the luau, the newest leaf that comes out. But to plant next year, what we'll do is, we'll leave like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of corm on the ha. And this is called the huli. And this is the seed that we'll plant. And that will become your next crop for next year. So what I'll do is I'll dry this out for a day, and then I'll put it into a new patch. And that's the harvesting process.
Hawaiians view the earth, the land, as a part of our family. And so therefore, when we are planting the kalo, we are continuing that relationship of we take care of the land and the land takes care of us.
Inspired by the art of the Pacific Islands.
Noa Noa. Noa Noa. Noa noa. Noa noa. Noa noa.
Color and comfort.
Noa noa.
Feel the spirit of Polynesia
Noa noa.
from morning to night.
Noa noa. Noa noa. Noa noa. Noa noa.
Always elegant.
Noa noa.
When it came to sharing aloha, there was no one better than Duke. The spirit lives on at Duke's Waikiki, in every dish and every drink. When you step into Duke's Waikiki, you're joining the celebration of Hawaii's favorite sun at the True Blue Waikiki landmark. With Waikiki Beach under your feet, fresh island seafood in front of you, and a cold cocktail in your hand, you get to experience Hawaii at its best and with all your senses. Locals love it, visitors love it, and we're sure you will too. Our menu draws inspiration from the colors and textures around us to create something we call Island Taste with Aloha style. From breakfast and lunch buffets, casual barefoot bar fare, memorable dinners, and pauhana cocktails, we've taken the best Hawaii has to offer to create a dining experience that's uniquely of our islands. Then we added one ingredient that you won't find anywhere else, the genuine hospitality of Duke Kahanamoku, 6-time Olympic medalist, legendary surfer, and Hawaii's ambassador of aloha. Duke's Waikiki, the spirit lives on at Outrigger Waikiki.
Aloha vacationers! We hope you're having a wonderful time in paradise. Outrigger Resort Club by Wyndham can help you keep the fun going. Pick up a Hawaiian souvenir at our desk next to the Activities Center. Mahalo!
So this is the corn of the kalo, and we cooked it for 2 hours. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to do the first rough clean. I'm taking out the outer skin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the knife, and in Old Hawaii they use the shells, the opihi shells, to scrape. But good way to practice our Hawaiian values of alulike, working together, kokua kahi, ike kahi, help one another. Okay, now we're going to go ku'i.
Here we have our kalo that we had cooked, steamed, that is ready to be pound. This is our papa ku'i'ai. It's made out of a monkey pod. And this is our pohaku ku'i'ai, made out of stone. Pohaku is stone, ku'i is to pound, and ai is to eat, yeah? So papa ku'i'ai, pohaku ku'i'ai. Have some pieces of kalo. And then we don't really start pounding right away. What we want to do is we want to use the round part of the pohaku and smash it. So in the olden days, they would pound for like all day long, you know, to feed everybody in the village, yeah? Everybody would have their own job, and say your job was to eat. This is what you would do all day long to feed your village or your family. And here we go. This is pai'ai.
It's our kuleana, our responsibility to make sure that we teach our keiki, our children of today, to walk humbly on the earth and treat the earth with respect, because the earth is what gives us life. People of Hawaii, we are the kalo that are planted in this aina. And so we're the ones who have that kuleana to take care of the land, to preserve what we have, and to pass on to the next generation the treasures of Hawaii so that Hawaii will continue to live.
Overlooking the Aloha Yacht Harbor, the Chart House Waikiki restaurant has been a visitor favorite since 1969. Our menu features the finest dry-aged New York steaks, grilled to perfection, along with famous kahuku prawns and herb-crusted ahi, and complete your meal with our signature lava cake. Enjoy live Hawaiian music nightly with 2 happy hours every day. For good food, good friends, and good times, come home to the Chart House Waikiki.
Mike's Huli Chicken was featured on an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Chef Guy Fieri.
So I'm here on the beautiful island of Oahu. I have driven by this place over 100 times, and this is the place that inspired me to get my own Huli Chicken machine.
Oh, what's that?
Mike's secret sauce.
Dude, I am telling you what, this is even better than I remember it. That's right, this is the original Mike's Huli Chicken.
Check out the whole menu online at mikeshulichicken.com.
Aloha, I'm Cindy Polirocio. Join me as I explore the history, culture, activities, and dining of Oahu's North Shore. The North Shore is just about 1 hour outside of Waikiki. To get there, take the H1 freeway west to the H2 north. Follow the signs to Wahiawa and the North Shore. Pretty soon you'll see signs pointing to Haleiwa Town.
Well, the North Shore actually is quite a very significant historical place to the native Hawaiian people, beginning with Waimea. Waimea means sacred water. Haleiwa, which is very well known today, isn't really the name of that place. It's actually known as Waialua. Haleiwa was the name of like a hotel. It actually got its name changed, but the real name of that area is called Waialua, meaning basically 2 rivers. Now, there are no natural lakes, no natural running streams here on the islands of Hawaii. It's all fed by ua or rain. So without rain, there would be no lakes, there would be no rivers. But fortunately, areas like Waimea usually has a good running stream with water, and that's one of the very first places that our ancestors actually settled on the North Shore, making it a very significant place. Inalua is something that is very important to the Hawaiian people. It's actually not a sport, it's a religious activity, it's a way of life. For example, when the Europeans first came here, they noticed that all the villages were empty during the wintertime. They thought there was a disease or a famine because there was nobody around, when in fact all the families, from the small child to the eldest elimakuli or oldest person, was in the water, or at least on the water and on the beaches betting on their favorite surfers. So surfing is very well known today as it was anciently, but again, today it's a sport, a kahalui. Anciently it was a way of life.
Now everybody think big. Yeah, big cold ones. This month you'll be in beer heaven at the Big Foster's Draft Beer Down Under Party. Every day, noon till closing at the 3 famous Irish watering holes in Honolulu. Big cold Foster's Draft Beers, just $4, and the great Big Foster's, just $6 at Kelly O'Neill's in the Irish Rose in Waikiki and O'Toole's Irish Pub downtown.
Think Australian for big ones.
Every day, the Down Under Party at the 3 famous Irish pubs.
Foster's, Australian for beer, in our language for a great time.
There's really no such thing as the best beach on the island. They're all great, but here are just a few. Waikiki Beach is not just a beach, it's actually a series of beaches. At the very east, you've got Kaimana Beach, that's closest to Diamond Head. Then at the very west, you've got Kahanamoku Beach, which is named for Duke Kahanamoku. Waikiki used to be a barrier beach. It used to be between the wetlands and the ocean, and the wetlands were filled in to build the Alawai Canal, which is what made the resort area that's here now. Waikiki is the place where a lot of people get their first surfing lesson, where they first start stand-up. It's great for snorkeling, swimming, it's great for everything. Ala Moana Beach Park is one of the most popular beach parks in Honolulu. The waters are very calm and shallow. It's got a 2,000-meter swim course, so you'll see people swimming there, you'll see people doing stand-up paddle there, and a lot of families. There's a big, nice grassy park, and people will come and park there on a weekend day with their families. Hanauma Bay is not just a beach park, it's actually a nature preserve, and it's administered by both the city and the state. The water is very pure and very clean, and there's this incredible array of ocean life living there. It's actually a volcanic crater, and the outer rim of the crater has been breached by the ocean. And this was thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago, so the ocean flooded the crater floor and the bay was created. Hanauma Bay was showcased in Blue Hawaii, which was one of Elvis Presley's most famous movies.
At La'akea Spa Hawaii, our mission is to relax your body, soothe your muscles, and revitalize your skin, all in an elegant, intimate spa. We strive to give clients a deeper relaxation than they've ever experienced before. Whether you seek total body pampering, relief from muscle aches or stiffness, a soothing couples retreat, or simply a time out from daily life, we have the perfect solution for you. La'akea Spa Hawaii, where sensory immersion meets healing and rejuvenation.
For over 25 years, Hawaiian Accessories have been designing and creating Hawaii's most distinctive collection of authentic koa wood products. We have the largest selection of original koa products available in Hawaii. Heirloom boxes, bowls, weapons, and paddles. Our exclusive koa jewelry offers unique Hawaiian designs at affordable family prices. We also carry other made in Hawaii products from several local artisans, including Ni'ihau shell jewelry, Tahitian pearl and shell jewelry, ceramics, and one-of-a-kind items. A koa gift from Hawaiian Accessories will forever remind you of these magical islands and be cherished for generations. You'll always receive a warm Hawaiian welcome at Hawaiian Accessories. Aloha.
Kailua Beach is one that you're always going to see on the best beaches listings in magazines and on websites. It's very long, it's on the windward side of the island, and the sand there is really hard and tightly packed, so a lot of people like to go running there at low tide. It does get pretty crowded, but really only on the weekends and the holidays. The trade winds are always blowing at Kailua, so that keeps it very cool, and it also makes it very good for certain kinds of water sports like windsurfing. Malai Kahana State Park is right on the ocean, and it's right between Malai Kahana Beach and Laie Beach, and they're both really beautiful, really sandy, they're very secluded. What you'll see there is a lot of drift material, which comes in with the trade winds from up north where all of the Japanese fishing boats are. Waimea Bay is in the heart of the North Shore, and it's famous for being a big wave riding spot because in the winter, the surf at Waimea gets really big, like between 25 and 30 feet, and that's when a lot of big wave surfers will come from all around the globe. And that's also when you'll see the Quicksilver Eddie Aikau contest. And that contest was named in Eddie's honor, and it's only held if the surf is 25 feet or higher. Eddie Aikau is the inspiration behind those Eddie Would Go stickers that you'll see, the bumper stickers on cars. He was a lifeguard at Waimea, and he's really a local hero who gave his life to save the lives of others. Then in the summer, Waimea is beautiful for swimming and snorkeling. And it's also home of the famous Jump Rock. So people will go up there and it's about a 30-foot drop down to the water. At Waimea, just check in with a lifeguard. There are always lifeguards there 7 days a week, all year round, and just always make sure it's safe to swim.